These basketball courts looked a lot different yesterday. Went from warm and sunny to cold and foggy today. I don't know about you, Jay. It's hard to shoot a jump shot, though, with gloves, but you needed them today.
When it's all slippery and slidey, right? You know, if you go far enough out from the basket, Jonathan, you get 3 points. Well, tonight the lows are going to be closer to 3 degrees above and below 0 in the eastern plains as we continue to see that cold air make its way towards the area from the northeast. Fog is going to be the main concern for us in El Paso County, at least. Heavy mountain snows are also going to be falling over the next 12 and 24 hours, but be patient, nice weather lovers. We're going to see much nicer weather later on in our extended forecast. Union to Montebello, we've been watching it all day. The fog has been with us all day. Temperatures are sitting in the 20s all around southern Colorado. The Freedom Financial Services camera has been socked in with fog throughout much of our Friday night and Saturday morning. The mountains are going to be not very visible over the next day or so. Pueblo, 4th Street and Midtown Circle. Pueblo Chieftain studio camera. Temperatures here are sitting in the middle teens. Winds out of the east at 8 miles per hour as we look back towards downtown Pueblo from just off to the northwest. 15 at the Springs and 13 at the Pueblo Airport. 11 as you head down to La Junta, 9 in Lamar, 2 in Burlington, 5 in Lyman, 7 in Denver. That cold air, the coldest of the air, at least in Colorado, is sitting over towards the Kansas line. That's because brutally cold air is further off to the northeast from here as you head into portions of Minnesota, Iowa, and back into Nebraska. Heading to the mountains, it's much warmer. 21 in Leadville, 28 at Gunnison, 38 at Salida, and 33 the current temperature in Alamosa. Temperatures are much colder than they were 24 hours ago in most of the area, at least along and east of Interstate 25 they are. 15 degrees colder now in the Springs, 21 degrees colder in Pueblo, 37 degrees colder in Trinidad. Temperatures towards the mountains are much more stable because the cold air hasn't really gotten quite that far west, hasn't been able to push up the mountains, at least not as of yet. Sky scan, satellite and radar over the state of Colorado. Lots of snow pushing into the state from Utah. Pushing at us from the west. That's going to continue to be the trend throughout the rest of our Saturday night and into our Sunday morning. And we see that precipitation, that mix of precipitation in southeastern Colorado pushing its way off to the east into portions of Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. Zooming it in now to the KRDO News Channel 13 area. A few light flurries, some patchy freezing drizzle tonight, but for the most part we are done with the precipitation except over the mountains where the snow will fall heavy over the next 12 to 18 hours. Skycast shows us what we're talking about in terms of that possibility for that precipitation to continue over the mountains. Notice that the darker blues, that indicates the heavier snows, are going to be sitting off to the southwest of Walsenburg and over towards the Continental Divide. Put the maps further into motion now from Sunday morning at 6 o'clock into Sunday afternoon. You continue to see that snow push off to the east across Interstate 25, which will cause some travel concerns down towards the Raton Pass, and then we're going to continue to see that snow again over the Continental Divide itself, breaking up as Sunday afternoon turns into Sunday evening. Lows tonight, 15 in the Springs and also Pueblo. Temperatures are going to stay fairly steady because of the cloud cover. 1 below in Burlington. Highs tomorrow sitting in the lower 30s, 30 at the Springs, 32 at Pueblo. In the mountains will be somewhat warmer. 41 in Salida, 48 at Alamosa. 7-day forecast for the Springs and high temperatures making their way into the mid to upper 50s to right around 60 by Thursday. A good chance for some precipitation tomorrow and a decent chance on Friday, 20%. That's a mix of rain and snow we're talking about on Friday, Jonathan, in the Springs. Saturday will be topping out near 50. Pueblo 7-day forecast lower to middle 60s on Wednesday and Thursday, dropping back into the middle 50s by Friday and Saturday after right around the freezing mark. That's the best we'll be able to do tomorrow. Canyon City 7-day forecast, high temperatures middle 30s for you tomorrow. Gives way to lower 60s by Thursday. Friday and Saturday we'll see highs in the lower to middle 50s, pretty close to the normals. Teller County 7-day forecast, highs back into the mid to upper 40s Wednesday, Thursday, dropping back into the lower 40s by Friday and Saturday with a chance for some snow. Better than anywhere else, but the accumulations, even in Woodland Park and places like that, Divide and over towards Cascade, not that heavy this time. We're talking about 1 inch, 2 or 3 inches. Not until you get to the higher elevation peaks that we'll start talking about heavier amounts of snow.
You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to hop on a plane, go to Florida, and I'll come back Thursday when I get that 60 degrees.
You should do that.
All right, that's the plan.